Nearly all followers of heavenly religions believe that their prophets had miracles. This belief in prophets having miracles is not a strange topic and is completely respectable. The reason for this is that when someone accepts and believes in a God who has absolute power, for whom nothing constitutes a limitation, and who knows all the secrets, mysteries, and laws of nature and the supernatural, the idea that this God would do something that ordinary humans cannot accomplish is a simple and acceptable matter. A miracle does not necessarily mean a violation of the laws of nature. Perhaps many miracles were accomplished using natural laws that were unknown to humans at the time, and these laws might be discovered later. This matter is not one of debate and is completely respectable. But this type of perspective is for someone who has already believed in a prophet and accepted that he is God's messenger and representative. However, we are now at the beginning of an intellectual journey and are speaking under conditions where it has not yet been determined whether God has truly sent a prophet or not, and whether a particular person is God's prophet or not. In such an atmosphere, if we rely on the miracles of a specific person to believe in his prophethood, our method is not logically sound or intellectually acceptable. Because first, as we explained, we currently do not have access to miracles to witness them and determine whether that person truly had miracles or not. And even if we see someone doing something extraordinary, our ability to distinguish whether their act is a form of magic or trickery or truly a miracle is not so easy. And even if we know that supernatural forces influence the accomplishment of that act, we still cannot definitively consider it a sign of a person's truthfulness or legitimacy, because it is possible that those supernatural factors were of a satanic nature, which caused that strange and extraordinary event to occur. Recognizing these matters is truly difficult and not easily possible. Second, when we refer to the teachings of the same religions that claim prophets had miracles, we see that the main and faithful followers of those prophets were usually those who did not believe in their prophet because of miracles, meaning they were not those who demanded miracles in order to believe. They were usually people who, when they saw the prophet and heard his truthful words, were deeply moved and did not require miracles to believe. Typically, it was the enemies of prophets and those who wished to deny them who demanded miracles. And often the miracles that were brought did not cause these enemies to believe. In fact, many of those who witnessed even the most astonishing miracles from their own prophets still did not believe, and if they did, they later turned away from the path of truth and abandoned their faith. This shows that miracles, assuming they existed, were primarily for the purpose of finalizing the argument, i.e., hujjah. And if they had any effect on the faith of believers, it was only as a form of confirmation, reinforcing the belief of those who had already accepted the prophet through other means. That is, miracles were given to prophets as a secondary tool to refute opponents and eliminate their excuses, not as the primary criterion for distinguishing a prophet from a non-prophet. The fundamental criterion for identifying a true prophet is something else, something we must search for and discover